At just 19 years old, a young woman found herself standing on a film set for the first time in her life. Her heart raced with a mixture of nerves and excitement. She had no way of knowing that this single day would redirect the entire course of her future. That young woman was Lauren Bacall, and the man she was about to meet was Humphrey Bogart. What unfolded between them would eventually become one of the most legendary romances in Hollywood history. Yet for decades, Lauren kept the deeper truths of that story locked away. Only when she reached 84 did she finally decide to speak openly about what truly happened when the cameras were not rolling. To the public, the story of Bogey and Bacall seemed simple. Audiences watched their films, read glowing headlines, and imagined a sweeping fairy tale romance between two glamour stars. But the reality was far more intricate. It was richer, more fragile, and at times far more painful than the polished image presented to the world. In her later years, Lauren Bacall reflected honestly on the man she loved more than life itself, and revealed the complicated beauty behind their love story. When Lauren arrived on the set of To Have and Have Not in 1944, she was nothing more than a hopeful young woman from New York, filled with ambition but burdened by doubt. Her discovery had been almost accidental. The wife of famed director Howard Hawks had spotted her photograph in a magazine and sensed she possessed an uncommon spark. That single moment led her to Hollywood. Yet when she finally stood before Humphrey Bogart for the first time, she felt small and overwhelmed rather than special. Bogart was already an established icon. At 44, he was 25 years older than Lauren and widely known for his tough demeanor. Stories about his demanding nature and impatience with newcomers circulated throughout the industry. Lauren had heard them all. She prepared herself to be dismissed as just another attractive young actress trying to break through. She expected sharp words or icy indifference. Instead, what she encountered surprised her. Looking back decades later, Lauren admitted that from the very first instant, Bogart was nothing like the man she had been warned about. He did not radiate coldness. He did not intimidate her. Instead, he greeted her with warm eyes and a soft smile that instantly eased her fears. In that moment, she felt seen rather than judged. She never forgot their first exchange. He walked up, extended his hand, and in his unmistakable gravelly voice said, "So, you're the girl everyone's talking about." It was not the sentence itself that stayed with her, but the tone. There was curiosity in it, even kindness. Beneath the rough exterior was a sense of protectiveness. Something about the way he spoke made her feel safe. Though she could not yet understand the depth of it, she sensed he would become profoundly important in her life. As filming continued, Lauren began to notice qualities in Bogart that the public rarely saw. Everyone admired his acting talent, but she discovered he was also intelligent and deeply thoughtful. He was well-read and capable of discussing books, philosophy, and life with insight and humor. Between takes, while others gossiped or complained, Bogart would engage her in meaningful conversation. He treated her as an equal, not as an inexperienced teenager. In time, he became her mentor. He guided her through the pressures of a film set and explained how to handle demanding directors. He urged her to remain authentic in an industry that often tried to reshape young performers into marketable images. Most importantly, he taught her how to act with truth. He showed her how to locate genuine emotion within a character and how to deliver even the simplest line with sincerity. Behind the scenes, however, Lauren struggled with insecurity. Hollywood was intimidating. She worried constantly that someone would realize she did not belong. Many nights she lay awake questioning whether leaving New York had been a mistake. Bogart sensed those fears. He saw potential in her long before she could see it herself. One difficult day on set, she repeatedly stumbled over her lines. The director grew impatient, and the tension in the room mounted. Humiliated and close to tears, she considered running away for good. Instead, Bogart quietly approached her, placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder, and said, "Kid, you've got something special. Don't let anybody tell you different." Those words steadied her. She later believed they saved not only her career, but her confidence as well. As weeks turned into months, the bond between them deepened. What began as professional collaboration slowly evolved into something more personal. Lauren realized her admiration was shifting into love. The realization frightened her, because Bogart was still married. His wife, Mayo Method, was an actress known for her fiery temper and struggles with alcohol. Their marriage had become volatile, often splashed across gossip columns. Though their unhappiness was no secret, divorce carried scandal in that era, particularly for major stars. Lauren found herself caught in an emotional storm. She knew loving a married man was complicated, yet she could not deny her feelings. Gradually, it became clear that Bogart's feelings mirrored her own. Their chemistry was unmistakable. The electricity audiences saw on screen was not fabricated. It was real, and those working around them could sense it. The hardest battle Lauren faced was internal. She fought to maintain professionalism while her heart pulled her elsewhere. Each night, she wrote in her diary, pouring out thoughts she dared not speak aloud. Those private pages remained with her throughout her life, and decades later she finally shared pieces of them. Near the end of filming, a defining moment arrived. After shooting an especially romantic scene, Bogart asked her to walk with him around the studio lot. That walk changed everything. They talked for hours about fears, hopes, and dreams. He spoke candidly about his troubled marriage and worries about aging. She confessed her insecurities and her love for him. By the time they parted, they both understood their connection could not be undone. Yet reality intruded. He was still married, and she was at the beginning of her career. A public scandal could destroy them. They met quietly, spoke on the phone late at night, and stole moments when possible. The secrecy was both thrilling and agonizing. Lauren later described those months as the happiest and most painful of her life. Eventually, Bogart made a decision. He filed for divorce from Mayo Method. The process was bitter and highly publicized. Headlines painted Lauren as a home wrecker and speculated endlessly. The pressure was immense. But Bogart remained resolute, reassuring her that their love was worth enduring the storm. When the divorce was finalized, they married in a small ceremony in 1945. For the first time, Lauren felt free. She was no longer hiding. Becoming Mrs. Humphrey Bogart brought her profound happiness. Their early years together felt golden. They worked side by side in films like The Big Sleep and Dark Passage, traveled, and entertained friends. To the world, they were Hollywood royalty. Still, marriage brought challenges. Bogart's career demanded long absences and constant public attention. Their 25-year age difference occasionally created tension. She was youthful and eager for adventure. He preferred quieter evenings. Yet love consistently bridged those gaps. The greatest trial came in the mid-1950s when Bogart fell ill. Diagnosed with cancer, he faced his condition with dignity. Lauren watched the man she loved grow weaker, but she also witnessed remarkable courage. He focused on family, on laughter, and on making memories with their two young children. Those final months were heartbreaking yet precious. Even in pain, he worried about her well-being more than his own. When he died in January 1957, Lauren felt as though her world had shattered. The months after his death were the darkest she had ever known. Publicly, she appeared composed. Privately, she felt lost. She struggled to define herself outside of being his wife. Though people assured her she would love again, she could not imagine it. Over time, with support from loved ones, she rebuilt her life. She continued acting, performed on Broadway, and eventually married actor Jason Robards. Still, she made it clear that no one would ever replace Bogart. Even decades later, she felt his presence. She kept his photograph beside her bed and sometimes spoke to it when she felt alone. She continued wearing his wedding ring, even after remarrying, moving it to her right hand. She considered it her most treasured possession and intended to be buried with it. Lauren never regretted loving him. Though grief marked her life, she believed their love taught her what devotion truly meant. It showed her resilience, loyalty, and integrity. At 84, she looked back with gratitude. Their story had become legendary, but for her it was deeply personal. It was about the man who changed her life and the love they built together. She called him the greatest gift she had ever received. Knowing him, she said, made her a better person. She felt blessed to have experienced such extraordinary love and hoped their story would inspire others to fight for love, even when it seems impossible. By sharing her memories, Lauren offered something rare, an honest look at a romance that was not perfect but profoundly real. Their love endured scrutiny, hardship, and even death, living on in memory. If this story touched your heart, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who believes in true love. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories about Hollywood's greatest legends and the real people behind the fame. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest videos about the love stories, scandals, and secrets that shaped entertainment history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.